Once upon a time, in a grand palace in Enugu, the mighty King Eze sat on his throne. His only daughter Adanna had come of age, but no suitor seemed worthy of her. The king worried, for he knew the customs of their land demanded she marry soon. Every noble and prince who had come failed to win her heart. Was there a man brave enough? One night, a mysterious old woman appeared in the king's court. She whispered a chilling prophecy. Adanna will marry, but not a man of power. He will marry the one everyone feared. The king was puzzled and frightened. What did this mean? In the village below, a man named Ekene had gone mad. He wandered through the streets, dirty and unkept. No one knew what caused his madness. He shouted strange things, and everyone avoided him. But Ekene's eyes shone with a secret that no one understood. That night, Adanna had a dream. In it, she saw a man standing by the river, his eyes burning with a strange light. She woke up in a cold sweat, feeling an unexplainable connection to this man. Who was he? He couldn't shake the image from her mind. The king continued his search for a suitor. Unaware of Adanna's growing unease, he announced a grand competition, inviting men from all kingdoms to try their luck. But no matter how charming or brave they seemed, Adanna rejected each one. One evening, while working outside the palace, Adanna saw Ekene wandering near the forest. She felt drawn to him, though he looked wild and untamed. As their eyes met, something stirred within her. She fled back to the palace, confused. Adanna confided in her closest maid, Ebele, about her strange feelings. Sometimes, the heart knows what the mind cannot understand. Ebele whispered, maybe this man, mad as he seems, holds the key to your destiny. Adanna was torn between fear and curiosity. Unable to resist, Adanna sneaked out of the palace to find Ekene. She followed him to a hidden cave where he stayed. As she approached, Ekene spoke softly, as if he had been waiting for her. I know why you have come, he said. Your heart has found its answer. Adanna began to visit Ekene in secret, but the villagers warned her to stay away from the madman. One day, as she approached his cave, a wild beast emerged from the forest. Instead of running, Ekene stood his ground and protected her, showing a courage no one had ever seen. The king soon learned of Adanna's visit to Ekene. Furious, he forbade her from seeing him again. He is a madman, the king shouted. You cannot marry such a man. But Adanna felt a strange loyalty to Ekene, knowing there was more to him than anyone realized. Ekene revealed to Adanna that his madness was a curse. He had once been a great warrior, but had fallen under the spell of a jealous witch. Only the love of a pure heart can break this curse, he told her. But it will not be easy. Adanna sought out the witch, determined to free Ekene. The witch, an old woman with a twisted smile, told her, You must pass 3 trials. Fail, and both you and Ekene will be lost forever. Adanna, though frightened, agreed. The first trial was a test of strength. The witch led Adanna to a river where she had to pull a heavy stone from the depths. The current was strong, and the stone felt impossible to lift. But Adanna, fueled by love, refused to give up. Adanna struggled in the rushing river, her hands slipping on the smooth surface of the stone. She felt herself weakening, but Ekene's face filled her mind. With a final burst of energy, she pulled the stone free. The river calmed, signaling her success. The second trial was a test of wit. The witch placed 2 riddles before her. One wrong answer would trap her mind in a maze of confusion forever. Adanna closed her eyes, thinking deeply before she answered the first riddle correctly. The second riddle was even harder, asking what is more powerful than kings and more delicate than the finest silk. After much thought, Adanna realized the answer. "It is love," she said softly. The witch smirked, but her eyes revealed approval. The final trial was a test of sacrifice. Adanna was led to a cliff where Ekene stood at the edge, bound by chains. To break his curse, she had to give up her royal title and her place in the kingdom. She hesitated, torn between love and duty. With a heavy heart, Adanna chose love. She stepped to the edge of the cliff and whispered goodbye to her royal life. As she leaped to free Ekene, a powerful wind caught them both, lifting them into the air. The witch's curse began to break. As they landed safely on the ground, Ekene's madness faded. His eyes cleared, and his strength returned. He was no longer the madman, but a prince. His true self restored. Adanna's heart soared, but they knew they weren't safe yet. The witch, angered by Adanna's success, vowed revenge. She summoned a great storm to destroy the kingdom. The skies darkened and thunder rumbled, but Ekene stood by Adanna's side, ready to protect her and the kingdom. Ekene, now fully restored, faced the witch in a battle of magic and strength. He wielded a golden staff, a symbol of his hidden power. The clash between them sent shockwaves through the forest, but Adanna knew they had to fight for their love. In the palace, the king watched the storm from his window. He had heard of Adanna's sacrifice and began to understand the depth of her love. Regret filled his heart. He had underestimated her strength and Ekene's true nature. Ekene, with Adanna's unwavered support, struck the final blow against the witch. Her power shattered, and the storm ceased. Peace returned to the land, and the witch was no more. But Ekene and Adanna knew their journey was far from over. News of the witch's defeat spread quickly. The villagers, once afraid of Ekene, now looked at him with awe and respect. They began to celebrate the couple, though some still whispered about their strange journey. The king, humbled by his daughter's bravery, invited Ekene to the palace. He knelt before them both, asking for forgiveness. Adanna embraced her father, knowing that love had triumphed over fear and pride. In a grand celebration, Adanna and Ekene were married. The entire kingdom rejoiced, for they had seen the power of love break even the darkest curse. The once mad man was now a prince, and Adanna had found the love she had always sought. As the sun rose on the morning after their wedding, Ekene and Adanna stood hand in hand, ready to face whatever challenges the future held. The kingdom had been saved, but new adventures awaited them. Months later, a strange figure arrived at the palace. Another traveler with a secret past. Adanna and Ekene knew their story wasn't over, and this visitor could be the start of a new journey. The visitor revealed a secret. There was another part of the witch's curse. Though they had defeated her, a new danger lurked in the shadows. Adanna and Ekene embraced themselves for the next chapter in their lives. Despite the looming threat, Adanna and Ekene knew one thing. Together, they could face anything. Their love had already conquered madness, curses, and storms. And no matter what came next, they would face it side by side.